Okay, so just have a look at another problem I liked. Billy paints a room in 2 hours and Emma can paint a room in 6 hours. How long does it take them to paint a room working together? Okay, so we need to understand something about direct and inverse proportion. Okay, so in direct proportion, this is direct proportion. Two variables increase together. So, for instance, if we're looking at time and someone's salary, they normally increase. So at 0, you're not going to be earning anything, and your salary generally increases. But two variables sometimes do not increase or decrease together. Sometimes when you increase one variable, another variable decreases. So let's have a look at something called inverse proportion. Okay, so I'm drawing a inversely proportional graph. So let's just label that inverse proportion. Okay, and as you can see, let's take, if this is x and this is y, as x increases, y goes to 0. Okay, and as we increase y, x increases. So infinity is a concept of an infinitely large, not a number, but the largest entity ever. Okay, so let's look at some examples where we have inverse proportion. Let's consider the time it takes to build a house and the number of workmen. Okay, so let's put a title, inverse proportion. Okay, so let's have, so the time and the number of workers, let's just call this n. Okay, so as we increase the number of workers, we decrease the amount of time it takes. So we are going to get something like this. Okay. So can you see, as we increase time, the number of workers goes to 0. Okay, so down here, where the graph approaches 0, we have a very small number of workers. Okay, let's have a look what happens when we have a really large number of workers and we increase n to infinity. T goes to 0. So if one person takes 10 days, 2 people takes 5, 3 people takes 2.5, 4 people take 1.25. Can you see this n is increasing and is decreasing? Okay, so let's have a look at our problem again. Okay, so I think we said Billy takes 6 hours and Emma takes 2 hours. Okay, so we can rewrite this. And you should know that this is the 1 over x graph. That's x and that's y. Okay, so let's rewrite this as 1 over the time Billy and Emma. Okay, so they're doing it together. So we got time for Billy and time for Emma. Okay, we can fill in some values now, and let's make a substitution. Let's call that total time. So we can do 1 over 6 hours for Billy and 1 over 2 hours for Emma. Okay, so we need to solve this lovely linear equation. Okay, so let's add this fraction. Okay, so if we're going to add that fraction, we've got 1 over t. We're going to have 2 plus 6 all over 12. That gives 8 over 12. So we've got 1 over t is equal to 8 over 12. We can do some rearranging. Let's cross multiply. So now we've got 12 is equal to 8t. And solve for t. So you got 12 over 8, which is 6 over 4, which is 3 over 2, which is 1.5 hours. Okay, I hope you liked this problem.